you can count on. You're watching WTVM News Leader 9. Sponsored by Montlick & Associates, Columbus Injury Attorneys.
Well, this is a welcome sight for many as the Chattahoochee Valley sees its first rainfall in more than a month. We take a look at the roads and how it could affect your morning commute.
We are tracking that rain here on the radar, but how will this impact your morning, and will we see more rain this work week? I'll let you know all those details just ahead.
Because the guy ran a car through a crowd of students. He did it purposely.
Authorities say terrorism could be a possible motive in the attack that injured 11 people at Ohio State University. The latest in the case as students return to classes today.
Hello there and welcome into the Tuesday edition of News Leader 9 Morning. I'm Chuck Leonard.
I'm Cheryl Renee. It's a sight we haven't seen in more than 40 days, rain in the Chattahoochee Valley, and as you can see in the live picture from Front Avenue in Columbus, roads are slick this morning, so make sure you are careful on your way to work or school.
Storm Team 9 meteorologist Elizabeth Diamore has been tracking all this rain this morning and joins us with more. Morning, Liz.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys, and a very happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday, I should say, with all that rain around. It's desperately needed. It is going to cause a few problems as you're getting into work, so you just want to slow things down, maybe factor in a little bit more time. No severe weather out there right now, just plain old rain. Not much in the way of lightning either. So as we're waking up this morning, that line pushing through now Columbus, Phoenix City, Fort Benning area, and will continue to move to the northeast. So the rest of our Georgia counties anticipated to see that rainfall. It has lost its strength as we anticipated as it moved across Alabama into the Chattahoochee Valley, and we'll continue to see that fizzle out throughout your morning hours. We're going to keep the rain around for the rest of your day. As that line moves through, we'll see isolated showers around, but not as widespread as that we're seeing this morning. Shouldn't see major problems at the Atlanta airport if you're traveling up that way because of the rain. 73 that forecast with some showers and thunderstorms around. But don't forget, if you are weary, if you're traveling, you can check your flight status at WTVM.com. I did drop the grade for the morning ride in for the kiddos. I gave it a D just because we will need a jacket, a rain jacket as you're getting out, maybe an umbrella. And then by the afternoon, not as bad because the rain chances again will be lower. It's also going to be warm. But we're talking a second round of rain coming in Wednesday. We'll talk that and we'll break down your radar coming up.
Liz, thank you much. 2.5 after the hour now. Forestry officials in Georgia and Alabama say the line of rain appears to be headed toward the area of wildfires that have burned for the past 2 months. This morning, 63 fires are burning in Alabama, 21 in Georgia. Elsewhere across the South, the video on your right is a wildfire in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Last night, people were ordered to leave the city as smoke and ash have made the air quality unbearable. Hey, don't forget you can keep track of all the rain and fires by downloading the free News Leader 9 weather app. You can also get text alerts sent straight to your phone. Just text your county name to 40909 and you'll get a message anytime a watch or warning is issued.
3 after the hour, breaking overnight, authorities say a plane carrying a Brazilian soccer team crashed in the South American country of Colombia. They say only 5 of the 81 people on board survived. The charter aircraft took off from Bolivia and around 10 last night reported electrical problems. Search and rescue efforts are currently underway. This morning in Columbus, a murder investigation resumes after finding an elderly woman dead inside her home at the corner of 8th Street and Fulton Avenue. News Leader 9's Jose Zozaya spoke with officers and has the latest on the investigation.
Columbus police are still searching for whoever is responsible for the murder of 83-year-old Peggy Gamble inside her home. We know that homicide investigators got the first call to head out to her house on 8th Street and Fulton Avenue at 1:45 this afternoon. Once they arrived on the scene, investigators tell News Leader 9 there were definite signs Gamble was killed. Police say she did live by herself but would not comment any further on the investigation. The coroner's office did confirm she was killed. They pronounced her dead on the scene at 1:34 p.m., but would also not go into details about how she was killed.
I will wait for the GBI to give us a report on that because I don't want to disturb or interrupt the investigation of the Columbus Police Department.
Neighbors I spoke to say Gamble pretty much kept to herself, rarely leaving her house except for going to church. Right now, police are looking for Gamble's car, which was stolen. You can see it is a beige 1988 Toyota Corolla. Investigators say this could be the best lead they have in finding anyone involved in this homicide. Of course, if any of our viewers see this car or know where it could be, they are urged to call 911 or Columbus Police Investigators. That information is on our website, WTVM.com. And in addition, Deputy Coroner Charles Newton says that Gamble's body will be taken to Atlanta for a full autopsy at some point later this week. Stay tuned for more updates from News Leader 9. Reporting in Columbus, Jose Zozaya for News Leader 9 Morning.
Jose, thanks. Now to that developing story in Ohio. Investigators say terrorism could have been a motive in an attack at Ohio State University yesterday. 11 people are recovering this morning after Abdul Razak Aki Artan drove his car through a crowd of people, then attacked others with a knife before eventually being shot by police and killed. Artan was an OSU student and U.S. citizen from Somalia. He had recently complained about attacks against Muslims. Authorities say that is one of many motives they are investigating. They say there is no question that Artan meant to do harm.
The only thing that you can say, based upon common knowledge, that this was done on purpose, to go over the curb and strike pedestrians and then get out and start striking them with a knife. That was on purpose.
Police say there was no second suspect, although there was believed to be one early. The only shots fired were by the police officer.
At Ohio State, students were warned by the university through a text to run, hide, fight. Administrators at colleges across Georgia and Alabama say the same procedure is also in place. Police officers say many college campuses are vulnerable to an attack because they are open to the public and have people going in and out throughout the day. Authorities say while at school, students should always be aware of their surroundings.
We want them to run away, to get to safety as quick as they can. If they're somehow prevented from that because of the emergency, we want them to hide and try to stay out of the line of fire or stay out of danger.
Administrators say while they can't predict when attacks like yesterday's at Ohio State will happen, they want everyone to know that a plan is in place.
6:07 now. If you're planning a hunting or fishing trip in Georgia, there may be some changes that could affect your wallet. News Leader 9's Marla Spence tells us more on the possibility of license fees going up. Morning, Marla.
Good morning, Chuck. With deer season here and fishing season all year round, many people across the state of Georgia will be looking to bring home a big catch. That can possibly change as state auditors say fees are too cheap. Auditors say compared to other southeastern states, Georgia's rates and certain fee exemptions such as free lifetime license for locals 65 and older prevent the state from qualifying for federal grants worth millions of dollars. State analysis say Georgia wildlife officials could use that money to hire additional rangers and make other improvements if they charge more for hunting and fishing license and stopped offering free lifetime licenses to senior citizens. Now, if fees are bumped up, the State Department of Natural Resources have the possibility to bring up revenue of $4.4 million to a $6.7 million. Now, the annual fee for a paired hunting and fishing license in the state of Georgia starts at $17. That's about a $15.50 difference compared to a state fee like Florida, where the fee is $32.50. Chuck, changes to license fees would first need to be signed off by Georgia lawmakers. The Georgia Hunting and Fishing Federation is working on drafting legislation for the upcoming session, which starts January 9th. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on it. Thank you much, Marla.
We have more details this morning about the number of accidents across Georgia and Alabama during the Thanksgiving travel period. Alabama state troopers say they investigated 419 crashes, which resulted in 204 injuries and the deaths of 14 people between Wednesday night and Sunday. Over the same time period, Georgia State Patrol says it investigated more than 2,900 crashes, resulting in 1,300 injuries and 20 deaths.
Well, 16 months after construction began, barricades are finally gone on Whitewater Avenue in Phoenix City. It used to be called 3rd Avenue. City leaders opened the intersection yesterday with a ribbon-cutting event. The road work was often responsible for backups throughout Phoenix City. Mayor Eddie Lowe says that means the city is growing. He's not the only one, though, that's excited about the new reopening.
The convenience of our guests. We have a lot of guests that come and they have a difficulty finding our location. So not only that they only have one turn instead of, turning into Piggly Wiggly and making a big fuss of it.
Mayor Lowe says there are also plans to bring back the food truck park, held the first Friday of every month behind Chattahoochee Brewing.
And as you get on the road this morning, officers are reminding people to be careful as the valley sees its first rainfall in just over a month.
This is a live picture of Victory Drive in Columbus, where you can see parts are starting to get a little slick. Elizabeth D'Amore is tracking what's happening out there this morning and has a look for us now.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, you could see that rain coming down across the Chattahoochee Valley, Columbus, Phoenix City, starting to see that rainfall, and that will cause a few issues. It'll make the roads a little slick. It's also a little breezy outside, so you'll definitely want to be mindful of those things and maybe factor in a little more time to get into work so you don't have to rush. Play it safe and just take things slow. We'll also keep you updated on any traffic issues. Right now, no major problems. Good news there. Remember, if you're taking it slow, things should be okay. All right, visibility-wise, we have some spots that are a little lower than others. We have visibility at 3 in Columbus, 5 in LaGrange, 7 in Thomaston, 10 miles elsewhere. So with the rain, you can have some fog out there, some misty conditions, so it might not be the best visibility picture. All right, we're looking at the day ahead. You can see rain for the morning time, but drying out by lunch. The rain chances will drop throughout the day, and we'll just see a few isolated showers by the afternoon and evening time. Temperature-wise, though, it will be warm. Starting off in the 60s, temperatures by lunch near 70, highs today mid-70s. We'll keep things warm tomorrow, but we'll also bring more rain in for your Wednesday. We'll talk that and another look at the radar just ahead.
Okie dokie, thank you much. It is 11 now past 6. Now's the time of year many of you are probably ordering gifts online. Ahead, we'll tell you how you can avoid becoming one of the millions who had their packages stolen before they could ever open them.
The National Infantry Museum in Columbus kicks off a campaign to say thanks to the men and women in uniform. Learn more about Thank a Soldier in the next half hour of News Leader 9 Morning.